Gang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you put it, get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I'm looking to make extra income, to plan for retirement and pay down my debt. Do you have any suggestions?
You should try Phil's Gang.
Tell me more. What is Phil's Gang?
Phil's Gang is an investing education service where Phil Grandy teaches you and guides you to making profits in the stock market using stock charts and following the technicals. Phil's Gang is a service for all types of investors, from beginners to experts. For only $39.95 a month, you'll get access to Phil's Gang live daily webinar class, Phil's alerts, and a huge library of educational investing videos.
But my time is very limited. Can Phil still help me?
Absolutely. With Phil's Gang, they have special programs tailored for anyone. You can follow him on just 3 stocks, or they have a working investor program for folks who have limited time, and all Phil's Gang material is archived, so you never miss a beat. Plus, if you have any questions, Phil's Gang has exceptional customer service support to assist you. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com to sign up. Or call them at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money man. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
When we fight against this president and we point out how dangerous he is for this society and for this country, we're fighting for the democracy. We're fighting for America. We're saying to those who say they're patriotic, but they turn a blind eye to the destruction that he's about to cause this country. You're not nearly as patriotic as we are.
Really? So says Maxine Waters, who's the most dangerous, the most corrupt person in Congress. So says the Responsibility and Ethics Committee in Washington. They listed Waters as one of the most corrupt Congress members of all time. Good afternoon. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. The market yesterday, remember, after we had this big rally of 150 points, all based on noise. That's the wonderful thing about the stock market, about having a chart. Okay, because you can avoid this noise. Yesterday, the market rallied back up 150 points. I told everybody yesterday, wait, let's see if there's going to be a follow-through. Well, there's no follow-through today. There was none, zero. In fact, the market's down 22 points, been down all day long. So here we have the market. Yesterday, as I say, it was probably the fastest reversal, both in stock market and in the VIX. And 150 points, bang. I mean, just unbelievable. But here's what's the catalyst. Now, they're telling us healthcare is back on the table. Because many of the congressmen of the Freedom Caucus, 30 of them, many of them didn't understand that they were saying no to the largest tax cut in history. No. They didn't know that, they said. What are you, nuts? They didn't know that? What are they doing in Congress? When Obama put together the Affordable Care Act, it was a tax act. He buried deep into the act something that we could not see. $1 trillion worth of taxes. $1 trillion worth of taxes against not the rich, against the working folks. He buried it deep. Well, by taking the Affordable Act and getting rid of it, you're going to get rid of that tax. We're going to repeal $1 trillion tax. So when these guys understood that, they said, gee, I should have voted yes. That's why they did the health care bill first, because it didn't make sense to go to the big tax cuts for the big corporations and for individuals, which is needed badly, and leave behind the $1 trillion. So they said, well, why don't we just do the health care? because let's get rid of let's claw back the $1 trillion in taxes. That would make sense. Let's go there first. We'll repeal the health care bill, and we'll repeal those taxes and save ourselves $1 trillion. No one thought this would get shot down. Well, it got shot down. So yesterday they talked about that, and they said, well, gee, things are good. Maybe we're going to get close to a vote. Let's put this thing back together again. So that's one reason why the market rallied. But then there were two consumer confidence reports that came out. First came out the Nielsen report, saying consumer confidence increased sharply to the highest level since December 2000. But wait a minute. Gallup came out and said just the opposite. Just the opposite. Consumer confidence in the economy tumbled. Wait a minute. Which one was right? Well, the market took Nielsen. Unbelievable. Now, the difference, why the divergence between the Nielsen and Gallup? Oh, simple. Nielsen, when they contacted 3,000 people to do their survey, they weighted the question towards, hey, what do you think of the stock market? See, they twisted the question when they got the people on the phones about the stock market. People say, oh, we got a lot of confidence in the stock market. Look, the stock market keeps going up. But it was Gallup who, when they did their poll of 3,000 people, asked strictly about the economy, not a thing about the stock market. And that's why they said they think the economy stinks. And why? Because of jobs. The Gallup people said, the 3,000 people, it was jobs. That's why the economy, they had no confidence in it, because the jobs stink. The wages stink. And that's why I'm so glad I'm a chartist. And I don't listen to fundamentals to make my decision when I'm going to invest in a stock. Because all I want to do is follow the money. Look, I'm not going to be right every time, but I'm going to be more right than not, especially at 401k. Are you kidding? Now, the banks led the market down 300 points on March 28th. That's when the Trump bill fell apart. The health care bill fell apart. They couldn't get it through, or I should say Ryan. And then investors decided, after hearing all this noise yesterday, well, they may get the health care bill through after all, and look at the confidence in the economy is good, so I'm going to dump all my bonds and I'm going to buy stocks. So when that happened, the bond yield shot up, snapped back about 2.40, causing the dollar to rise. That drove gold down to about $12.50, followed by mining stocks. But by the end of the day, the dollar started to fade again. Look, the consumer confidence tumbled for a reason. Because 100 million people are unemployed. They still don't have a job. If they do, they don't like the job. Because it's part-time, lousy service jobs, no overtime, no benefits, and there's 100 million people still unemployed. Nobody talks about that. Debt. Total household debt has just about reached its previous debt of 2008. So our debt is increasing by $61 trillion since 2008. Let's put it that way. $61 trillion. Now, housing debt didn't increase much because people can't afford to buy houses. Most of the debt is not in housing. Most of the debt is auto and student loans. And that's the reason that, and you got to understand the housing, why we don't have a big boom in the housing. 45% of all housing sales go to first-time home buyers, and these people who get out and they have their student loan over their head, they have their auto loan over their head, they can't afford to buy a house. And that's why the first-time home buyer, is not participating. And that's 45% of our sales. And that's one of the reasons why the economy is not good. You got to have meaningful jobs. And this is why Trump needs to get through Congress's tax cuts so companies will stop using their profits and the cheap money they borrow from the banking cartel to go do stock buybacks. The tax cut will give them an incentive, instead of doing that, to take the money, the cheap money they borrow from the banking cartel, plow it back into their own business and plow it back with their profits. It's called capital investment, which will increase productivity and increase the wages and the economy, the growth, to 2 to 4%. And that's why the survey yesterday, when they said the consumer confidence tumbled, it all had to do with jobs. It all had to do with jobs. People are just upset about their jobs and upset about what they're being paid. So there's a big problem. Now, the stock market and doesn't know what to do. They had that little rally yesterday, that little spurt. No follow-through today. You have to have a follow-through. When you don't have a follow-through, it's telling you that it was just a knee-jerk reaction. It was telling you everybody who was selling the market short, when they started to hear the noise about how confidence was going up and that Trump may get this bill through, and most of these no votes are now yes votes. Everybody reacted, and all the shorts who were bidding the market was going to start to buy all their positions back. That's why, again, never mind the noise. When you're going to invest, you use a chart and you just follow the big money, because the big money is always right. We'll be right back after this break. It's 15 past an hour here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang, $39.95.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you put it, you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the Mac 1000 Stock Charts.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, you can join the gang if you want to follow me. I have a special program for those people who do not have time to be involved with the stock market, especially individual stocks, because individual stocks do take quite a bit of time. If you just want to follow me, I'm doing exchange-traded funds. I have a little program. I do about 3-4 stocks, exchange-traded funds. Right now we're doing a basket of, and you still can get in if you want. We got a basket of, it's called UNG. I can't even get it out. It is gas, natural gas. It's a trust. It's an exchange-traded fund. And we have, since it turned green, it's up 10%. We got in a little bit later, around 7:06, and we're up about 8% now. So since I told you, and I said, why don't you follow me? Just follow me. This is not a fund. You don't give me your money. You just mimic what I do, and then every day I tell you what I'm doing, and you can follow me. So right now, where I got in is now up 8%, so you could follow me on that one. Then the newest one we got was industrials. We decided to short the industrials because we're starting to see money being pulled out of industrial stocks as we start seeing the economy just falling apart. Manufacturing is at a 10-year low, so the industrial stocks are getting weak. And in fact, the industrial stocks started, since it's turned red, at around $66, and it dropped down to around $63.88. This has already had a drop of about 3%. So we went in and we said we would start shorting it. And right now we had about a 1.5% profit. And then yesterday we had this wonderful snapback. And what does that mean, snapback? It means the stock that you have, as it's going down, when you get buyers coming in and they're wrong, it rallies your stock, and then it gives it the power. On the way back down, it pushes that stock even further down. So we're in a good position with XLI. So those two, and today, I am looking at a retail exchange-traded fund. I think retail is going to do well because retail has really gotten murdered. Okay, I mean, retail stocks are getting hit. We like getting stocks that nobody wants, the ones we're beaten to death. And the symbol or the exchange-traded fund to buy a good basket of retail stocks is XRT. So we're determining whether to get in that one. So why don't you join the gang? It's $39.95, and then you just follow me as I invest in front of you, and you see what I do, and you just mimic me. I think it's a pretty good way of doing it because you see me actually doing it, all right? If I lose on a stock, you're going to know I lose on a stock, and you're going to see why I lost on a stock. It's a great way to make money. It's a great way to learn. So check it out. Join now. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, or go to my site, philsgang.com. And plus, of course, when you join the gang for $39.95, you get all the benefits, the whole program. You can take advantage of the whole program, not just the 3 stocks. But I think the 3 stocks is the best way for you to learn, and it's the easiest way. Okay. You know, it's amazing to me that, again, that these people just rely on Wall Street. They rely on these people to come on TV to tell them what to do. I mean, because people don't want to, as I say, this is why I offer this program, because people don't want to do anything. People just want to make money. Well, listen to this. If you're following Jim Cramer, listen to this.
Quick question about American Airlines. So with low fuel costs, and Warren Buffett also supports it, do you think it's a sound investment?
I like American. I like Southwest Air better, but I think American is absolutely terrific.
So when you look at this, when you look at the stock, okay, like LUV, all right. I mean, my Lord, I mean, it's just telling you that institutions are pulling their money out. They're pulling their money out of these stocks. You can see it. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's red, solid red. Money's coming out. And he'll sit there like everybody else on CNBC or Fox or these business, or you can read Barron's telling you to buy these things. Well, the big institutions aren't buying. If the 9 largest banks are not buying, if the hedge funds aren't buying, if the 401k managers aren't buying, then what the hell would I buy? It's unbelievable how. Here, listen to this. This is why you get in trouble. This is why you hate the stock market.
I own Raytheon stock. Should I buy, hold, or
Raytheon
sell?
is terrific. It's held up better than all the other defense contractors that I follow. I think it's a great stock. You want to continue to own it.
Continue to own it. Look at this thing. It just turned red at $157, and it dropped to a low of 148, and it's still it dropped 5%. It's still down. It just got a snapback, which means as it snaps back when it goes higher, it means it's going to go down even further. And so somebody's listened to him. They don't have a chart. They think he must know something. He must know something, this guy, Jim. And not just Jim, all of these people. I mean, it's amazing. Just like you hear on Bulls and Bears every weekend. Listen, this makes me so grumpy.
I think infrastructure has Home Depot up 20% in a year. Spring break is upon us. It means fast food restaurants are going to surge. McDonald's up 20%. Vodafone is a way to play with. I think it's up 20% in a year. Gilead Science, they had a bad earnings report, but they got a great pipeline. I own it. I think it's up 20%.
It's like they're trained. They're told to say 20% on every stock. Get people excited. Why? They sell newsletters. And I can't believe why people buy newsletters. Stock newsletters? Oh, somebody's got is that smart. It's going to be able to tell you when to buy a stock and when exactly what day to get out. What are you kidding? And by the way, when you buy and when you subscribe to a newsletter, it's old information. It's old. By the time you get that information, it's old. The trade has already been done. The big guys, the institutions, the banks, the hedge funds already bought it because they deal with inside information. So that's why I designed a chart so I can follow their money. I can't get the inside information, but I certainly can see when they're making a move. And when they're pulling money out of Raytheon, I saw it. My gang members who have Raytheon got out. He's getting them in. What are you, nuts? Join my gang right now. They're waiting for your call. 877-600-GANG. Follow me on my 3 exchange-traded funds.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang Show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market. Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. To go take a look at the returns in using our MV2 chart, just simply go to philsgang.com and just go to where it says Phil's Toolbox. A drop down says V2 returns, and you'll see them. They're all true. We have, and just give you a few, a 21% return already in a nugget. GDX was 13%. A little oil company, WLL, 33%. Rig, 21%. And it goes on, so you can check those out. But again, I'm not implying every gang member made that full amount. Every gang member had an opportunity to make it because it was identified as a buy signal on their car, on their chart. But what was more important is when to get out. This is an interesting. Listen, this just really exemplifies that you can't listen to the noise. You can't listen to these people on television. You can't listen to these jibber jabbers. Look at the money you would have lost if you were listening to this.
Sean, you also have Palo Alto here, which is an interesting play.
Palo Alto is kind of an interesting play in that they came as an IPO a couple of years ago, went to 200, came back to 100, but they grow their...
Blah, 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 blah. It tells her to buy it. You know what happened? On my chart, and you can see it, 2 days after the stock rallied, the stock was green, and it rallied from $124 up to about $157. That was a big rally, and it turned so it went up 26% after it turned green. It told us the money was going in. So my gang members who follow this, there was a 26% gain. Now, I'm not saying they got in on the first day, but it was there. They could see it, and they could get in. So even if you got half of it, you got 12%, you got in late, so what? But here was the key point. Whether you got all of it, half of it, or a third of it, it's when it turned red. This is when you make money with this chart. When it turned red, you get out, you keep it. For 2 days, it was warning, get out. Well, guess what? It dropped from $153, bam, straight down to $115. That's a 24% drop. After my chart warned for 2 days to get out, these people on CNBC were telling people to get in and buy it based on fundamentals. Fundamentals are ridiculous. Fundamentals, I mean, who cares about the fundamentals of a stock, what it does, what the PE ratio is? Nobody cares because the stocks don't go up anymore by fundamentals, for God's sakes. The stocks go up just because the big institutions buy them. The big thing is know to when to get. It's when do I get out? So check it out. It works. So follow me on my 3 exchange traded funds. I hold your hand all the way through. I do the whole thing. Just follow me from beginning to end, and you'll say, "Boy, this thing really works." Okay, I want to get through this here because I don't want to run out of time. I want to run there's this big deal going on with Maxine Waters, right? I'm going to play it all the way through. Listen what Maxine Waters says about Trump and then what O'Reilly said, and there was a big battle going on.
When we fight against this president and we point out how dangerous he is for this society and for this country, we're fighting for the democracy. We're fighting for America. We're saying to those who say they're patriotic, but they turn a blind eye to the destruction that he's about to cause this country. You're not nearly as patriotic as we are.
Oh, she's really patriotic. So they asked Bill O'Reilly.
So what does that mean, Bill? We've been listening all morning. We cannot. I didn't hear a word she said. I was looking at the James Brown wig.
I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't.
She's nuts. She is nuts, this woman. She's crazy. So let's look who she is. Okay? She is patriot. Really? She's a patriot? I don't think so. Now, remember this?
This liberal will be all about socializing, basically taking over and the government running all of your companies. The Tea Party can go straight to hell. This is a bunch of scumbags while Putin is continuing to advance into Korea.
Unbelievable. She is so stupid, this woman, but she isn't. You can't laugh at her because she is a senior member of the most powerful committee. It's the House Financial Service Committee. She's one of the most powerful women in Washington. Can you imagine this? So she's saying she's a great person and she's a patriot and everybody else is scumbags. Well, she was at a political dinner with many of the bankers and all the CEOs were there. This was a few years back when Barney Frank was still on the banking committee with her. So she started to shout out at all these bankers at the dinner, and even Barney Frank was trying to calm her down because they were guests. She got up and started to bang the table and said, "You know what? I'm the one who got the TARP money through for you banks, and all you did is get rich." And she was slamming her fist on the table, and she shouted at them. "You're greedy," she said. You raised interest rates on credit cards. After we gave you this money, you're greedy. Kept banging on her desk. Even Barney Frank could not get her under control, could not contain her motor mouth. It was on supercharge, like a runaway train. She kept screaming and continued to pound and pound, and she even kicked the table, saying how the banks required homeowners. She was so mad that how the banks required a homeowner to be behind 2 months before they could apply for a loan to get relief. What do you mean you got to be behind 2 months? She went on, yelling and screaming. And then she started to yell about the underwriting fees. You guys are crooks. You're crooks. Look at these underwriting fees. You're crooks. You should be a patriot like me. We're here to take care of people. You're not. You're crooks. She went on a tirade for almost an hour going against these banks. I got the TARP money. I got it for you, banks. And you're turning around screwing everybody and helping the rich. Really. But what did the bankers not know? What they didn't know is she benefited the most of any of these bankers out of TARP. What the bankers didn't know is in that room that night is that her husband, Sidney Williams, they don't even use the last name. Her husband, Sidney Williams, held a large amount of stocks in various banks. And because she was on the Congressional Banking Committee, she was able to make sure that her husband, those banks that he was invested in, would get TARP. But it gets worse. Just before the TARP was passed to bail out the banks, her and her husband merged one little bank that he had into this bank called One United, in which she herself acquired $500,000 in stock, and this was a minority bank. And her husband, another $500,000. Between the two of them, they had $1 million in stock. He was made chairman of the board. Now, Waters knew this was going to be, the TARP bill was going to go through. So they bought this bank that was in trouble, this One United Bank. They never disclosed, she never disclosed to the banking committee or anybody that when she asked for the $50 million for one bank, which now she and her husband were shareholders, and he was the chairman of the board, they got the $50 million. However, she wrote a letter to the Treasury not telling the Treasury Department that she was an owner of the bank with her husband, and said that the Treasury, Bank One should receive $50 million because the bank is a beacon of hope. This bank, Bank One, is a beacon of hope in the minority neighborhoods. Unlike majority banks, which principally focus on profit, the express mission of this minority bank is to provide these underbanked, underprivileged communities to take care of the small people. Really? Well, guess what? The loan records prove something completely different. They weren't taking care of the minorities. They weren't taking care of the little people, the underprivileged. They were taking care of themselves. That's right. She and her husband taking care of herself and her friends. The loan records proved to be completely different. They found that they've helped hardly anybody in the inner city, none of those people. Instead, they were helping their wealthy friends. That's right. They're wealthy friends. Now, the bank regulators went in, and they were ready to close the bank down for operating without an effective loan documentation program and engaging in speculative investment practices. In other words, the husband was grabbing money from this bank and speculating. And guess with who? I'll talk about that when we get back. Unbelievable. Are you nuts? Join my gang. Follow me on my 3 exchange-traded funds.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a longtime Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. I want to extend an invitation for you to join myself, Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, Bill Buckley at Michael's on East, where we're going to take a look at President Trump's first 100 days. Now, that's going to be Wednesday, May 10th. So the event starts at 7 to 9 p.m. There's going to be a VIP reception starting at 5:30. To get tickets and all the information, just go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the home page. We're going to have a lot of fun. And as I say, it'll be myself, Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, Bill Buckley, and we'll be at Michael's on East, where we will take a look at the president's first 100 days. You're going to be able to ask us questions. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing all my gang members and non-gang members. This is in Sarasota, Florida, okay? All right, so go there. All right, one last thing. The market is still down 39 points. Yesterday we had that big rally. It's called the head fake rally. And they are now announcing that they think to maybe do this vote again. They think they got enough votes this time because their excuse was the caucus, Freedom Caucus of 30. Most of them didn't understand that they were saying no to one of the largest tax cuts in history, $1 trillion. Remember, Obama snuck in under 20 taxes, which amount to $1 trillion over 10 years on you and I, the middle class. And by repealing Obamacare, you're cutting taxes. That's the first tax cut. It'd be silly to go to the big tax cuts for the corporations and individuals unless you start with this tax cut. To say no to a tax cut like this, these people are starting to think, these representatives, these senators are starting to think, wait a minute, I can't go home and say, wait a minute, why did I not say no to the biggest tax cut for the middle class in the history of this nation? Gee, I may not get elected. So now they're talking about maybe they can do another vote, maybe even tomorrow. So we'll see the market rally again because of that. But that is why you want to be using a chart so you can flow the money. You don't want to listen to the noise. Don't listen to the jibber jabbers. When you listen to jibber jabbers, you're going to lose. You'll never make money. Look, don't try to manage the market. Manage your money. Have a mindset. You got to zone in for over a year. No matter how much money you have to invest, you're going to make a 10% return. That's going to be your goal. And the only way you're going to do that is if you focus with just a few stocks, a few great stocks like we do, or an exchange-traded fund, a basket of great stocks. And I'm doing that right now myself with industrial stocks, big basket of industrial stocks we're shorting. We also have an exchange-traded fund with natural gas, which is really doing well. And also, we're looking right now to do XRT, which is another basket of retail stocks that I think may do well. So all you do is follow me on those exchange-traded funds. Mimic what I do. It's not a fund. It's not a fund. And you'll see how I work my color-coded chart and how I invest, and then you follow me. That's all. It's that simple. But remember, for your $39.95, you have all the services of Phil's Gang. Okay, I want to finish this up before I run out of time. This is unbelievable. Listen to this.
I'm a strong black woman, and I cannot be intimidated. I cannot be undermined. I cannot be thought...
can't be bought. She sure can. She's one of the biggest crooks. And that's not me saying it. That's the people who oversee these politicians. That she's one of the biggest crooks in Washington. But here's what's unbelievable. As I told you, her husband... she owns stock in various little banks, these little minority banks. So they found out this one bank called One Bank, was going down, and that she sits on the banking committee, and she was the one putting the TARP together to go ahead and take the TARP money that bailed out all these banks. So her husband went in and bought this bank called One Bank. So her and her husband bought this bank. Unbelievable. She never disclosed that she bought this bank. So she sends a letter to the Treasury Department, says, I want to make sure this bank gets $50 billion. Of course, $50 million. Of course they're going to get the $50 million because she's the head of the committee. She never said that her and her husband owned the bank. And she said, this bank is a special bank. It's a beacon of hope in minority neighborhoods. And it takes care of the little people and it doesn't focus on profit. Really? Well, her and her husband made a fortune on this bank because what they did, they went in after they bought this bank and they ran it to benefit themselves. This is after she was blasting bankers at a dinner for about 45 minutes, saying they're crooks, they're no good, and they're not Americans. So her and her husband go in and take this bank. Now get this, the regulators went in, and they're ready to close the bank down because they were operating without an effective loan documentation program. They're engaging in speculative investment practice, meaning that her husband was yanking money out of that bank with Barney Frank, who's also on the committee, the Financial Banking Committee with nutcase here, Waters, and they're doing speculative deals in real estate. Now let's talk about the compensation. The regulators were also writing them up because Maxine Waters was receiving excessive compensation, which amounted to $1.7 million. Well, wait a minute. She put in $1 million, her and her husband, in stock to buy this bank. So to cover herself, she drags out of the bank $1 million plus another $700,000. So she worried if the bank went down, she wanted to make sure the $1 million in stock, if they would never lose it. So she took $1.7 million out after she puts $1 million in salaries, and the regulators wanted to write her up. Can you imagine this? What a crook she is. Automobiles. Now, her whole family was in this bank. Their officers, their presidents, all the whole family. So they wanted to make sure everybody had exotic automobiles. So the regulators wrote them up saying, this is one of the worst things we've ever seen. Not only do they have excessive salaries, but they're buying exotic automobiles. The bank bought for the CEO, which was a family member, a brand new Porsche. Maxine and her husband both had two very expensive Mercedes, about $135,000 each. The regulators were going nuts. But guess what? The regulators were told to stop. Do not investigate. The FDIC, who does the investigation, the regulators report it to the FDIC. Then the FDIC does the regulation, does the investigation. The regulators report to FDIC, and the FDIC never investigated because she owned the bank with her husband. And guess what else? They were worried that the FDIC was worried if they started to investigate, they'd be called racist. And that is why O'Reilly apologized. What he said about her last night.
And although many Americans disagree with her extremism at times, she deserves a hearing and should not be marginalized by political opponents. In fact, I made that mistake this morning on Fox and Friends. I said in a simple jest.
And here's the jest.
So what does that mean, Bill? We've been listening all morning. We cannot. I didn't hear a word she said. I was looking at the James Brown wig.
So he apologizes. Are you kidding me? Are you nuts? Apologize to a thief? This woman should be apologizing to everybody. So how does this come back to what we do here at Phil's Gang? I don't care if you're investing in banks. I don't care if you're investing in public ice cream parlors. You can't trust any of them. You can't trust them. It's a rigged deal. But you can make money in the stock market, even though it's a rigged deal. And how do you do it? You stay away from the noise. You stay away from the fundamentals. You got to stay away from the fundamentals. It's that simple. And what you do is rely on following the money. You follow the flow of the money, and that's what we do here at Phil's Gang. I designed the chart so it turns colors, so that when the money is going in for the big guys, the insurance companies, the hedge funds, the 9 largest banks, when they're buying, it turns green. When they're getting out, it turns red. And that's the beauty. Now, I know when I tell you this sounds so, that can't be, it doesn't work. Really, it does. So I'm inviting you to, why don't you come and follow me on 3 exchange-traded funds that I'm invested in, and you can see how I invest and how I do it. And you just mimic what I do. I'm not asking you to put money in with me. It's not a fun. I'm just going to show you with the 3 of them, when I buy, when I add to my position, you just mimic what I do. How easy is that? You go to my site. Right after I do the radio show every night, I do a video and explain what I did with my exchange traded funds, and you can decide whether you want to do the same thing I'm doing or not. Look, I'm not saying I make money on every one of them, but here's what I do tell you. On 5 transactions, I can lose on 3 and still make money. How's that? Because by managing the money, you always make sure you keep your losses very, very small. And as long as you keep your losses small, let your winners run, you make money. Try it. Follow me for the first 30 days. Try it. Call now, 877-600-GANG. They're waiting for your call, 877-600-GANG, or go to philsgang.com. There's no better way for anyone to invest than to follow me and what I'm doing.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.